Welcome back. All of the info is at the end of the video and some tips and secrets. Hi Sagittarius, welcome back. We're here to do your channeled messages for the month of May 2022. Now, we are going to cover your general energy psychically, intuitively, as well as for those of you, we're going to move into the area of singles, couples, and twin flames. Yes, we do twin flame updates during the month. So if it's something that you like to look at, come through and join us. We do have lives on Fridays and in the Members Hub on Wednesdays. Now, what I have coming through for you this month, and it was quite profound in the way it was coming through. I kind of feel you're going into the month, maybe unbeknownst to you, unaware of some of these things that are going up ready to play out. And I do feel if you felt this stagnancy, if you felt everything was very eat, pray, repeat, I really don't feel it's going to be that way for much longer. I do feel there are some cards coming through for you that are really showing it's almost like you're going to break out of a shell, okay? Where you are right now is not where you're going to be at the end of the month. And I hear the term had it up to here. So there could be this push-pull dynamic going on in your life where you're balancing everything. I really do see the scales coming through psychically, trying to find a way to balance life. And I feel you have this ideal as to what that life is going to look like. And I feel it has been to date very challenging, especially over the last 2 years for your star sign. I feel you're ready to break that mold, and I feel you're ready to really own your power this month, regardless of what's happening in the stars. I do feel it's almost like you're breaking a chain. You're breaking a belief system as to what you can achieve and what's good enough for you, and I feel it's really shifting. I do feel there could be a circumstance relating to your environment that's going to be changing, and I also see a lot to do with your career in the mix, what you're wanting, what the give and take is. It feels it's evolving, and I do feel you're going to be making major decisions. Now, this month, you guys can be very fertile, so I would be cautious how that's manifesting in the 3D. That can be with a current partner, it can be through other avenues, and it also could be co-creativity. So I do feel a lot of co-creative energy coming through in your veins. And I also feel tensions are going to come to a head. So be careful of how that plays out. There is something where you're not quite feeling at home, okay? You're not quite feeling something's vibing with you. This could be your friendship groups. It might be your direct connections. It feels as though it can be your money, but there's a lot that just isn't balancing, and your ideals of where you want it to be versus where you directly are right now, you kind of feel it's not matching. So that situation is causing frustration. Now, I feel something that you never expected is going to happen. And it can be where you just let go. It was almost like, I'm not really having faith. Maybe this person doesn't see me this way. Maybe I don't believe in myself. I'm kind of not feeling it's that. If that is coming through, it can be showing you where you're feeling quite exhausted and something has to give. This can be coming down to your diet and your wellness. It also could be the frustration of, where did I go in the mix of all of this? And I do hear the term balance. I do feel it's almost like you want to prove to the world what you're really made of. You want to prove to the world, to your love interest, to your bosses, who you really are. And I really feel this very determined frequency coming through. Now, I do feel, I'm almost seeing walking along, and then bang, falling in a ditch, and I don't feel it's permanent. I feel after that, it's almost like you're coming out of nowhere and you're rising like the phoenix, and you're making some very, very important decisions. I think some of these things are going to blindside you. I don't feel particularly they're going to be sort of on your peripheral. I do feel it's almost like the old situation of where things were, okay? And this is relating to Aries. It's going to, you've been working hard to get where you are, okay? When it comes to love, when it comes to romance, when it comes to create everything, you've been burning that midnight oil, baby, and you just feel with some individuals nothing is ever good enough. Now, I'm seeing that you're resourceful, okay, but I kind of feel you're switching it where You're tired of repeating yourself, and it can be towards these individuals, toward dealing with the circumstance. You're tired of scrambling for things. You're tired of being resourceful, okay? You want a lot more than what you currently have, and you are going to find a way to do it, baby. I do not feel that that is good enough for you. I don't feel you're tired of that. You're tired of being crumbed. You're tired of having just the dregs at the bottom of the barrel. It just doesn't feel it's enough for you. You are resourceful in a sense, and I do see this coming through in communication sense of you can have the gift of the gab, but you're going to need to talk to particular individuals. I do think there's a situation changing around your environment. Some of you might end up going from working out in the world to working at home. You may have a side hustle. You could be transitioning home. But when it does, I feel the reason why you're wanting to do this is because you're wanting a lot more in your life than what you currently have. And I do feel this is from friendship groups. I feel at the moment you have felt you have been working very hard. You do feel within your intimate relationships and your friendship groups and with your money, you just feel that that kitty has been drained, and this is getting you a little bit, excuse my frankness, pissed off, okay? You're getting a little bit cheesed the heck off. Now, this feels like the Phoenix rising. I do feel moving towards the eclipse, you need to be mindful because this could be a bit of a blow up, okay? This could be revelations coming out. This could be a sudden epiphany, but I feel it's almost like you're walking along, you've fallen in a ditch, and I'm seeing it's almost like the head peeping out. I don't think anyone's going to realize how quick you're going to bounce back, but you do need to look after your wellness. You do need to pace yourself because I do feel you're burning the candle at both ends. I do feel it's important to look after your assets. Make sure that your home is security conscious, okay? This can be getting your policies in order. It might be making sure that you lock the doors, being aware of where you put your valuables. I get this feeling it's almost like a breaking and entering situation. I also feel one very loud message that's coming through here is almost you feel as though there is a person in your life that you can't directly trust. And I feel there's almost this mindset. It's almost like you're trying to catch someone out. That can be a friend. It could be a love interest. There's somebody that you're not directly trusting at the moment. And because you have felt technically MIA in your life and going with the flow, accepting it and kind of just leaving it by the wayside, I kind of feel this could do a 360. I do feel the cat is going to come out of the bag. And I'm going to pull a clarifier on that. I feel that's very important. What should I use? We may use the animal totem. Yeah, I feel the cat's coming out of the bag. And I can see it's almost slightly quite shocked. Now, I'm seeing two areas this could play out. One, it could be linking to a friend. Oh, no, three. Okay, one, it can be linking to work and a contract. The other, it could be linking to a romantic interest. Oh, joy. Okay, what's going on here? How's this playing out, please, for Sagittarius? Okay, this person is a bit of a snake, okay? Yeah, you do know who this person is. Now, usually I wouldn't get this, but because we're tuning into that, that was the first message I was getting is there's someone there. They're not quite as transparent as you think. This could be someone who comes through quite victim-orientated. It could be someone who is always, leaning on you maybe, needing on you a bit too much. They may not be doing their fair share, and that can be in the give and take. Again, it could be in all three areas. It also could be, some of you may get, paranoid to do with children. There could be a fight over a circumstance for those of you that have children. Try and keep your cool, but there's something relating to love and that in the mix relating to this circumstance that I do feel the cat's going to come out of the bag. This could be putting your foot down and saying, look, this is the way I think this can progress forward. This is how I think it will work. I also see you may be needing to turn into individuals you trust. I feel it's very important to have that circle of friendship groups and taking time during the month to have breaks. I also feel it's very, very important that you look after your health. Try to not burn the candle at both ends, because it's going to make your concentration and it's going to make your thought processes during that time a lot more difficult than necessary. I also feel around the eclipse, really be careful with the caffeine intake, pacifiers, things to that degree, because I do feel headaches coming on. Try and increase your fluid, but really be careful of the outlets that you use. I feel, especially because you do have health coming up psychically, I'm saying. So just really look after that domain. Now we're going to go into the area of singles, and we're going to channel those energies. Now singles, there's something in the mix to do with family coming up, I feel, and it can be happening quite quickly. Again, this for some of you, you could be meeting people from the past. I also feel there is this element where some of you may be wanting a more passionate connection. It feels more Jupiter in nature. That's about the best way to describe it. It feels more you in mind. It's flexible, it's playful, it's fun. You don't feel you've been having that today. You feel you're the sort of energy that really does have very, very close soul tribe. Okay, but you want to be playful, you want to be yourself. And if you're really not connecting in with those individuals, I'm seeing the term the glass is half full, and I feel it's almost like you feel there's missing links. You know, you need that spiritual community, you need to feel valued in a sense, but you do feel life has become quite stagnant. I do feel, you know, in layman's terms, that what you're trying to achieve in your life is to have more balance, have dependability, but you feel it just keeps changing, especially in those areas relating to love and your deeper connections. I do feel you got this amazing idea, but you're kind of second guessing yourself. I also feel there could be something to do with your beauty and your feelings. It's almost like you want to get fit. You feel you're in a bit of a rut. Try and be careful and don't go to extremes this month. If you want to do any daredevil energy things, you know, try and wait for the following month. It might be a little bit safer. I'm kind of getting that. Just go easy with the extremity. So, you know, don't be going and parachuting out of a plane. It's like that. That probably wouldn't be the best time to do that. But I do feel fitness coming through. I do feel physical activity and chemistry. Somebody's going to catch your eye this month, and I do feel they can be quite physically attractive, quite fit, so to speak. Others of you, you can actually be connecting into love interests from the past. It can be taking you down memory lane. It may be feeling like serendipity, but I do feel you're really going to want to work out in the mix something to do with the past. And I feel you're really going to be gauging, is this person on the same page that you're at? And the funny thing is, I'm really feeling there's a lot inside of you that has really changed. They can bring that balance back out in you, I feel. And it could be bringing that genuine playfulness and, you know, spontaneity back out in you that for many of you have been feeling has kind of gone by the wayside. I do feel there can be some cross wires. Whatever these things are, it may be you actually articulating to this person, you know, how you're feeling now. Others of you, I do feel, again, it can be bumping into these individuals. It might be the memories and the flashbacks. I feel you quietly initially in the first 2 weeks kind of sitting very reflective, although you're doing the 9 to 5 or whatever that may be. I still really see you reflecting upon this situation quite a bit. It could get you a bit down, shake it off a bit. A real good way to deal with the inner child is by dancing and walking. And I know when we're feeling down, we don't really tend to want to do that. Eat the yellow food groups, go for a walk, try and avoid the white noise, but don't feel alone. It is a very temporary situation, and it's really going to benefit you in the long run. I'm hearing the term talking things through. I'm also feeling sometimes you're feeling in the circumstances with people in your life that they don't understand your way. Let me put it, that's about the best way universe is showing me. You may be explaining to individuals how much you actually have on your plate and how you directly see yourself in taking accountability. But I do feel for you spiritually, I'm hearing the term my way or the highway. You can have some very passionate connections. You can really have some beautiful times this month, but I feel we need to get past this eclipse stage. You could have a few tower moments. There are going to be brand new beginnings for you in relation to love, but this also can be linking to career. Okay, we're going to connect into couples. Now, couples, you guys have a little bit more of a challenging energy coming through. I do feel it's solvable. Now, this will be the question mark above the heads of those of you who are in coupled connections of where to go from here. Now, that may be if both parties do not have the same ideals in mind. And it's not that we have to be like-minded. It's that, can we renegotiate those terms? Can we support and love each other? And are we able to see the other person's side? Sometimes these things naturally occur. Other times we can recharge the connection, and due to the circumstances that are happening around us, it can reconnect us. I do feel for some of you, you're really regressing back and you're thinking to the devastation of the connection, you know, where it was, how it was, and how much things have really changed. You could be discussing a lot of things of the past. You also could be discussing the future, just maybe deciding to have more children, maybe for some of you having a surprise pregnancy. So if that's something you may not want, please be careful. I do say, you know, it's almost like you feel you're spending a lot of time away, spending a lot of time working, maybe spending a lot of time doing things. I kind of get this feeling that there could be a concern of what you have. Now, that can be based on self-esteem and what you believe your life should be, or the direct emotional communication style within the connection. You may get offended, okay? So this week you may get offended moving into the first to the second week. Try and take time to unwind. Have the agreement between you and your spouse that you're having time to unwind so you directly can communicate with each other. This will be a huge test on partnerships, I would really say, for those of you Sagittarians in nature. It can be a very testing time, but it is going to be very transformative, and nothing that wouldn't be there already. I do feel for those of you that can turn into the connection and keep that communication going, I do feel ultimately it's something inside of your life, Sag, that is really transforming, and it's either it's there or it's not. I do feel you need to look after your wellness. And I really feel if you are finding yourself to be getting really stressed and you do find you're having one or two bevies too much, maybe taking pacifiers or unusual non-holistic ways to unwind, that could be really negative this month, and that could cause a lot of issues for you. So be super careful, especially during the eclipse. I do feel some of you may have your guides coming through, and this could be in the shape of a loved one who's passed over. You could really resonate with that person, and maybe some struggles that you're going through that you're looking at and you're feeling, gee, you know, I really understand what mum or dad or nana went through. It just feels there's a resonance between you and this particular individual. You spiritually may be seeing things in your home. You may need to cleanse your home. I don't necessarily feel it's a negative energy. It will become a negative energy if you're surrounding yourself with, and I don't know why I was going to say that, with people maybe that are lower frequency, okay? Because it ends up blocking. My message coming through is clear your home, okay? Because sometimes it can actually, it's the home environment that's affecting our demeanor. It could be affecting our wellness. Check for mold. I'm also feeling you might have some replacements that you need to do, but it's a good time to actually clear out, look at the things that you do and don't need, make sure the security's there, and potentially even there could be some replacements this month. Make sure your policies are up to date. Okay, I'm really seeing to be careful, especially with your kids, okay, at the moment around fires, around sharps. This could be one of those months that could be a little bit risky, especially over the next 3 months. So really pay attention to that. You know, control your environment at home. Make sure that's okay, and just be aware of it, so to speak. Definitely check your smoke alarms. Okay, I do feel there's going to be a breakthrough, but I do feel by about the third week, I'm kind of seeing that you may have a major decision, and you might have, for some of you, you could just go, right, this could be an ultimatum, this could be a statement piece, this could be an argument. There could be insecurities and jealousy. There could be a little bit of control going on, but it's make or break, okay? So you really need to be cautious of this. There could be a conversation in relation to money and accommodation and the direct foundation. If it can be renegotiated, it shall be, but if it isn't meant to be, it isn't meant to be. That doesn't mean it stays that way, but there's something in the mix that is reaching an impasse that does need a decision made. For some of you, that brand new beginning merely can be a new addition to the family. It also can be a change in your employment and stress associated to finances and family. I feel you need to take a bit of a mini holiday. I do feel you're working too hard, but I feel if you can do that, it may benefit. Twin flames. Now, we do have twin flame updates throughout the week, providing Mercury is nice to me. And we do connect into feminine, masculine, karmic energy. I also cover that really in depth on the website. I'm a twin flame and a soul coach, as well as a psychic medium. If you want that both free or paid, the paid goes into your mirror work. Go through to the website and have a look. The link is directly below. Okay, those of you in a twin flame connection, now this can be very transformative, and it doesn't really matter spiritually how this is coming through. I channel twin flames, let me put it that way. Okay, so there is something relating to family that is coming to an impasse and a close, and I do feel there's something to do with if you haven't really been seeing each other, suddenly it's going to be like you're going to be seeing each other. But there's something that is changing, and I do feel it's happening on both sides of the fence. There's a lot of chemistry here between both parties, but it's almost like you're going to be having one of those catch-ups where you really go down memory lane. Some of you may receive a phone call, and it's almost like I feel like you're not really expecting it, because I feel you're quite in the thick of a circumstance, and I feel this excitement spiraling through you. It's almost like, it's always the way, you know, you lose faith and you're like, yeah, nah, it's never going to happen. It's in the past, and bang, they turn up at your door. I get this vibe. There's a lot of chemistry there. I feel if there's a third party situation, be very careful. I definitely am seeing potential of pregnancies this month for your zodiac sign. I also feel subjects towards romance and chemistry. It's coming up. It's really juicy this month. I also feel it's important to really explain how circumstances are affecting you. And one statement on YouTube that came through this morning was, they teach us communication at school, but one of the biggest issues is communication. And funny enough, Mercury is retrograding. It's in shadow, and as we move to the 10th, it moves retrograde. And with that in the mix, yes, we can have cross wires. Okay, so communication, you can have one word where one individual understands it, and yet that can mean totally something different for another individual. So when we're trying to mull over these situations and work out how to communicate, which I will be doing videos based on these situations with my life experience within my twin flame path, the key to the communication in it is don't push. Don't push, speak from your point of view. And it's statement pieces, really. And if the person then reciprocates and opens up, it's about creating that safe space so that we're not feeling judged. And sometimes when there has been shady behavior in the past, that can be really quite problematic, because we do have emotions relating to that. And I feel there could be something psychologically that you're dealing with this month that maybe makes you a little bit worried. There can be a lot of obsessive behavior with this as well, and I do feel you could be having dream states. So I think you could be thinking, you really want to get down to the tactical, the feel, the chemistry, the love. You want to have that, okay? That's really what you're looking for. Again, I am hearing Hansel and Gretel, and you're really tired of the crumbs, okay? Be it's your side or this, you're really tired of the crumbs. I feel you could be really reminiscing about this individual. It could be lustrous thoughts. And also feel psychically that can be coming through too. It can be a little bit haunting. You do need to potentially look after your crown chakra this month, and that will be connecting to psychic attacks. So especially, again, as I said, if you're around individuals that can be quite negative in nature, or you're feeling run down, your aura tends to reduce, right? It's a little bit like that protective bubble. And that then can bring those psychic attacks in. And I do feel you're going to have the tools to deal with this. I do feel you could be making a sudden decision. So be it's you or the other individual, I feel whatever was holding them back, it feels there's breakthroughs. There's very fast movement. You may not be bloody ready for it, I'll just say. You've got the tools in the kit, okay? So just, and that can be in a rhetorical statement. If you're not ready for a bloody pregnancy, be careful. I also feel that, there could be a change of home. There could be a change of the way you see yourself and the way you feel about the situation. I just keep getting this message, so I'm going to say it, and that can be for all of you. there could be an element of betrayal this month, and the betrayal, it might be to do with shady behavior and gossip. I do feel for some of you, you might want to broach that subject, and it doesn't have to be that it's a nasty thing. It could be something to do with an insecurity, not necessarily a reality, but I do see that in the mix coming up, the big green-eyed monster. Okay, ultimatums. I feel this is chance meetings. I do feel that you are going to have a very deep conversation. This could be in relation to a person's asset, home. Could be if they're in a karmic relationship, how that would go down and what to have. This is going to surprise you, okay? You inside yourself are going to be surprised, and they are going to feel quite surprised as to the outcome. I do feel between you, if you talk through these situations, you will find a solution. Something's tied them up, though. There's a tie-up, and the tie-up can be the conversation. I do feel it's going to be. I do feel if you were meaning to have a conversation with this individual, it's coming. I also feel that you're going to have the clarity to the reality. Now, that may be what would need to happen for this path to be followed, what would need to be addressed. You may even be surprised that they even still have chemistry for you, because a lot of times we can directly get a bit like, oh, you know, maybe it's over, maybe it's in the past. And I can see for a lot of you guys, you maybe are wanting to get your sexy back, and you're not really feeling as though the person sees you that way. I feel as though something is going to help you return to the faith. The other way also it's coming through to me. How do I explain it? A lot of times it's when we let go, and it kind of looks like giving up, and that was the hugest insult on my path through the path. I was like, what, you serious? As soon as I just quit. Sometimes profound, horrible things have to happen to shift us back on a path. Now, that doesn't mean it's happening with your twin. It's one analogy and way life pushes us onto the correct path. And I feel this month it's really about trusting that process. Mercury retrograde is very good in a sense for communicating those most difficult situations that you need to, you know, get to the crux of. I do feel this is really going to benefit you, and I feel whatever this is, whatever decision you make, I do feel it's going to be very personal to you, but definitely do you want the intellect and the chemistry. I will see you during the week. Come through and join us for the Twin Flame updates. If you want to come through and have a look at our subscriptions that do help coach you through to union and to give you the star sign updates with your ascension symptoms, wellness reports, the link is directly below. See you during the week. Come through and join our notification hub on the website at YILDIZ Readings 5D. Never miss a notification. Do click the link directly below and it takes you straight there. Very separately, we do have free star sign subscriptions and Twin Flame, as well as the paid version where we dive deep, and yes, we have duo packs. The duo packs give you free meditation tracks that are hosted via the website with up-and-coming education content. For a personal booking, you can go directly below. We also have the webinars coming up, so if you don't want to miss such, visit the website. Otherwise, I'll see you live throughout the month. Please comment on the video. It shares it through the algorithm, and thank you, and I love you all so much for being part of YILDIZ Readings 5D journey.